The Curse of the Cat People. Yeah, that's right, folks. We are back to do another sequel to a classic episode of Movie Tales. You know, we've talked all the Star Wars, all the Thor sequels, the Pirates of the Caribbean sequels, sequels to Halloween and Slumber Party Massacre. Well, let's talk about the sequel to Cat People, which is, I would argue, and I literally mean this, I would argue that is the most important film for me personally I talked about for Movie Tales because it gave me a whole new appreciation for that movie. Cat People has become a staple for me. I've watched it multiple times since that video, and it's one I'm so excited to show people because it's interesting and about something and kind of cool. And I knew it had a sequel, and it's one I didn't watch because I didn't want it to get tainted in my mind, you know? Is a sequel to Cat People, a movie that just blew my mind, going to live up to expectations? Of course it's not. There's also a remake I haven't seen because I'm scared. I don't know what that's going to be like, but a couple years from now, maybe we'll talk about the remake of Cat People. But let's talk about the sequel, Curse of the Cat People. It came out a couple years later. It stars all of the three main characters. They're all back. We have Oliver Reed back. We have Jane Randolph back, and of course we have Simone Simon back. They're all back. You might remember that Irena, which is Simone Simon's character, she turned into a cat at the moments of arousal or stress or anxiety and stuff like that, which was her curse, but she just married Oliver Reed's character. But he also worked with Randolph's character, and they actually fell in love, so he had to break it off with Irena. And she went feral and tried to kill them, and then she ended up dying. So what do you do to the sequel to Cat People when you killed the titular cat person? Well, you make the most bizarre sequel we have talked about yet on Movie Tales. This was a weird movie, and I don't mean that as a negative. You give me a title, The Curse of the Cat People. My mind goes to Irena coming back in some form. She's going to wreak havoc on these people again. Well, no. Irena does kind of come back in some sense of the word, but this is more a movie about loneliness and female loneliness, which is kind of a weird topic to talk about. I don't know. That was kind of a theme in the first movie, which was Irena being terrified that she'd never find love, and when she finds it, she tries to protect it and hold on to it. Well, this one we have Oliver and Alice. They're married. Yeah, they're married. So they're living in the suburbs. Get out of the city. We're not going to the city. We're in the suburbs, wherever. And now it's been a couple years, and they have a daughter, and her name is Amy. And Amy is having a hard time making friends. So this movie, which is a sequel to Cat People, is about the daughter of Oliver and Alice. And she is having trouble making friends at school. The movie opens up with a bunch of kids in the park. It's the park and the town. It takes place in the town where the events of Sleepy Hollow happened, which is a random thing to bring up, but okay. I guess because mysticism and curses and female loneliness. I don't know. So the kids are just playing in this park, and Amy is just so distracted by a butterfly, so she can't hang out with the other kids. She chases the butterfly. A boy student accidentally kills it, so she slaps him, and that gets her in trouble. So the teacher talks to the parents your daughter's just having a tough time. I'm sure it's hard to adjust to life or whatever, just normal kid stuff. But Oliver being Oliver, he's well, this is my ex-wife who has no relation to this daughter because this is Alice's daughter. So, I don't know, maybe I should just lie and tell my daughter to be normal or I'll punish her, which is what happened. That's what happens, okay? And we could have a whole other conversation on an outsider kid who can't fit in and feels different and is ostracized by the community of children. You could do a whole conversation about the spectrum of what Amy could be feeling or how she is perceived. This movie's not about that. It's just this girl doesn't have friends even when she tries. She tries to throw a birthday party, and she doesn't actually send out the invites. She puts them in a tree because her dad said it's a wishing tree. A lot of wishing stuff in this. There's a wishing tree that's not real. You wish on a butterfly. She gets a necklace later, which is it a necklace or is it a ring? I think it's a ring, actually. It's a wishing ring, which is weird. This is such a small movie, but it's just so bizarre. So all of that premise, nothing to do with cats. There's some cats in it, but it's not about that. Irena is mentioned a couple times. Like Alice mentions that Oliver's ex was complicated and she died, and we have like pictures of her throughout. But then we are introduced to a couple other characters, the Farrens, and because Amy goes to their house, there's like an old woman who's kind of crazy, and she gives her a ring. And then there's the girl's daughter, and those open up another door of loneliness where the daughter is shut out by her mother saying, "You can never be that. My daughter died a long time ago." And the old woman just reminiscing about like what life was. Just every single era of a woman who isn't happy. And I'm like, that is something to explore. Like, that is the theme of what cat people could be. These like unseen aspects of female emotional spectrums. But the last one was a horror movie. This is just a weird melodrama. It's not a horror movie. It's a horror movie in the sense it has a character from a horror movie in it. You know? Kind of. She's kind of in it. It's so complicated and weird. And I don't know why this was the idea you went for. First off, I understand bringing Oliver and Alice back. They do not act like the characters were in the first movie. They feel so different. They feel like stereotypical mom and dad. They have no personality. They have nothing real going on in their lives. The stuff of their daughter is interesting. I don't like the way Oliver acts. It does not feel like the character we met in the last movie, and it's so annoying. He's a bad father, and he's very annoying. It sucks. It really sucks, that part of it. Then we have Edward, and Edward is the only character of color in this movie. If you Google the cast of this movie, it says that this actor's name is Sir Lancelot. I don't know if that's right, but that's what it says. So Sir Lancelot plays Edward. He is a Jamaican character who does not sound very Jamaican in this movie, and he's like their butler, and he just like helps around the house and is just like there. But they live in the suburbs, and nobody else has like a butler or like a housekeeper, so it's very weird. Because there's only like 3 people, and it's not a huge house. It's like a normal house. We see the outside a lot. It's got a big yard, but it's not crazy. You know? Very weird, but okay, that's fine. So he's also there helping out. And it's just to show you, like, all these people are in Amy's life, but she doesn't have any friends. The kids don't want to play with her because they don't think they got an invite to her party. She's too weird. So she creates a fake friend, an imaginary friend, which actually manifests into, like, a real ghost. It is credited as the ghost of Irena. So yes, Simone Simon is technically in this movie. They can put her above the billing as the titular cat person, but she's a ghost who haunts Amy, kinda. She's there to bother her. It's interesting. She's just like, there's no malice, there's no destruction. She's just a ethereal presence that shows up in Amy's life and gives her tips on beauty and love and care and becomes a playmate. And like that's it? She doesn't even turn into a cat. There's no curse. The curse is every adult thinks that Amy's lying when she sees the ghost of Irena, but that's actually happening because we're seeing her. I don't know. Dad gets mad at it because, how dare you talk about my ex-wife? She was crazy and all this stuff. It's very messy, and it turns into like this big thing where Amy like runs away in the middle of a blizzard to the Farrens' house, and then just like people die. The old woman dies. It's crazy, but just Irena's just friends with this kid and just guides her and stuff. It's very weird. And Amy gets her like a Christmas gift. In the scene that broke my mind is carolers. It's Christmas time and Christmas carolers come to their house, And then they invite the Christmas carolers into their house, and they all gather around a piano and they sing. I don't know why. That is the most 1940s thing I've ever seen. It's just strangers at your front door and you invite them in to have a merry time. You would never do that today because no one is coming near my house. I will watch the security camera, Not happening. No. But as that's going on, Amy does go out to see Irena, gives her a gift. It's like, oh, it's beautiful. And the dad's like, what? No, she's not there. The curse isn't like bad. If there is one, it's not like a dangerous thing where like Amy is going to die and become a cat person. It's just that your daughter's not lonely anymore because the ghost of your ex-wife is there to nourish her and care for her in a way that your current wife can't or her actual mother can't. I don't really get it. I think there is something in the subtext of just children and loneliness and, just this inherent nature that we don't understand children and their need to play and the desire for like a authority figure that's nurturing and caring. But none of that makes sense in a sequel to Cat People, a movie about a girl that becomes a jungle cat and kills people. But I don't know. There's something there, I guess. If you want to see Simone Simon, one of the most beautiful women to ever grace the screen, wear nice long clothes and look like an angel, that's in this movie. If you want to see two characters from Cat People act completely out of character as terrible parents to their autistic daughter, that's also here. And everything can coexist in a weird little bubble. But that is the curse of the Cat People. What if Oliver Reed's daughter was weird? What if? Does it destroy the first one? No. Is it good? It's just whatever. Like, if you took off the Cat People name, it might be better. So, curse the Cat People. I don't know. But, hey, that's going to do it for this episode of Horrific Tales. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And, of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.